Hi, I'm Chris Moore, your Century 21 Realtor. Thanks for joining me for the September real estate market update. We're going to look at current market trends and what's going on with interest rates. We're coming further into a balanced market. So it's not a buyer's market, it's not a seller's market, it's a neutral or what we could call a balanced market. And the two key indicators for this is the amount of inventory out there, the amount of supply, and then also the days on market. Right now in the OKC Metro, there's a 3.4 month supply. In the Edmond area, there's a 3.1 month supply. And in the Yukon Mustang area, it's down slightly from previous months to a 2.6 month supply. Just as a review, we consider it a buyer's market when there's greater than 3 months supply and high days on market, where days on market is well above 30, more in the 45 to 60 day range. So while we're seeing these inventory amounts or the supply amounts coming into balance, we still have relatively low days on market. In the OKC Metro area, the average days on market is 38. In Edmond, it's 31. And in the Yukon Mustang area, it's 33. When we look at what this means for you in terms of buying or selling a property right now, let's look further at the list to sale price ratio. Right now, the average list to sale price ratio across all markets is 98%. Historically, this is a very normal number for us, and you could turn that around and phrase it as there's been a 2% negotiating margin for contracts within the last month. And so this is an important number to realize. A lot of times we have people coming from out-of-state markets or out-of-town markets, and they are glad that housing is so affordable here, but then their expectation is that they're going to negotiate another 10% margin, and historically that just hasn't been true of Oklahoma. So numbers are trending in favor of buyers. We're headed toward that balanced market, but list to sale price ratio tells us that sellers are still sticking close to their original price or their list price with only 2% negotiating margin on average. Currently, the average sales price is up across all markets. The average is $313,000 across the OKC Metro. It's $474,000 in the Edmond area and $308,000 in the Yukon Mustang areas. The current price per square foot across these markets is averaging $164, $182, and $160 per square foot respectively. And now let's talk about what's going on with interest rates. Last Wednesday on September 18th, the Fed announced a 0.5% reduction in the federal standard rate. Now bear in mind, the Fed doesn't set mortgage interest rates, but many interest rates within the market, as you buy things, consumer credit, things like that, adjust based on the federal standard rate. So that's just gone down 0.5%. It's the first reduction since May of 2020. So it's a pretty big deal. We saw rates dropping throughout September, and my lending sources are telling me that a lot of that was already in anticipation of this move on the part of the Fed. So we haven't seen a big shift in interest rates since this announcement. It went from an average quoted on Freddie Mac's website for a 30-year fixed. It went from an average of 6.2% to 6.09%. And that's still what they're indicating today, as I just checked this morning. Over time, we'll probably see other adjustments by the Fed in a downward trend, but we don't yet know what the direct impact is going to be on mortgage interest rates. In the meantime, there's a bigger impact on consumer credit like car loans, credit card, home equity loans, things like that. So we'll have to watch and see how mortgage rates adjust based on these recent developments. I'm seeing speculation on both sides. I'm seeing people anticipate that by the beginning of 2025 or by the end of 2025, we'll see rates slip. And I'm hearing other sources say, we're really not going to see much change, that this high 5 to 6% is probably the best rates that we're going to see. So I'm seeing conflicting information. And like I said, a lot of it right now is speculation because it's so recent into this change from the Fed. And we don't know exactly what they're going to do in the future. So take the guidance from a good local lender and as always, you make your best move for right now in the market, and it's onward and upward. By the way, this great property I'm currently shooting from is currently available on market. It's 14284 Owen Lane. Be sure and check it out in the attached links. Thanks as always for tuning in as we take the real estate market and break it down.